What I am going to do is watch some of his videos and try and approach this in an unbiased way in order to analyse the message of what's being said and kind of how he's tackling this, okay? Because basically Mike the Cop is a police officer that makes YouTube videos to tell the police officer side of the story. Yeah? Does that make sense so far? Are you with me? In fact, probably the best thing we can do is we can watch this video about it, okay? Oh, hey Prime, how's it going? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you okay? We're just watching this this police officer who tries to tell the police officer side of the story on YouTube. So let's watch his introduction and find out what's good. Oh, I bet those hands have been wrapped around the throat of a few black suspects too many. Sorry, I'm trying to be unbiased, sorry. That was just a joke, okay? I didn't mean that. Oh, funny, yeah, I'm a human too. So funny. I'm just like you, really.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike the Cop, and I'm clearly as creative as Casey Neistat. Welcome to my channel trailer.
In a world ruled by one cop YouTuber.
Apparently this is the part that'll be stuck here when everybody visits my page and lets people know a little bit about me. So let's do this. Yes, I'm Mike. That's my real name. Yes, I'm a cop. It's not, I just don't play one on TV. I'm not even on TV. I'm on YouTube though. It's even better, right, YouTube? Increase my ad revenue. I got my start with an organization called Humanizing the Badge, and as a part of that, I started paying attention more to social media. I saw a really funny guy, a police officer.
I just changed his stream title to Mike the Cop tries to humanize the police, and he's talking about this humanize the badge thing. That's so weird. But this is exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to humanize police officers, okay?
An old platform called Vine, R.I.P. Vine. This guy's name was Officer Daniels. It still is Officer Daniels. Oh, what?
Stay over there.
I don't know where you want me to be. So I see this guy, Officer Daniels, and myself and other cops at my department are watching his Vine videos and laughing. And that was pretty groundbreaking, really, to have an officer of the law making people laugh on a social media platform. And I decided that I would experiment with that.
Make them laugh one day, brutally murder them in the street the next. That's it. That's the meme. Sorry, sorry. No. Obviously, that's not fair. I'm not suggesting that police officers murder people. That's wrong. You know. Basically, when a police officer kills someone, it can't possibly be murder because a police officer's done it. You know. Sorry, I'm just trying to be fair here. Let's continue. Come on.
Angsty teenager. It's time to experiment. We all go through that phase, right? Clearly through this trailer you're getting to know my sense of humor. I started on Vine with these 6.5-second videos like this.
Don't give me a ticket, officer. I'll do anything.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
Will you learn how to drive?
I'm on a new level.
Oh my god. Do you notice that it's like, listen.
Will you learn how to drive?
Listen. Do you notice it's a white woman? The reason it's a white woman, because they had to do this. If it was like a black person, they'd have to do it realistically, and that would involve Mike the Cop engaging in a summary execution of the driver for speeding. Okay? So they had to keep it realistic. They couldn't have a black person be, otherwise his cop instincts would have kicked him and he would have done an illegal chokehold on him.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
Yeah. If it was a trans woman, he'd just have to immediately assault her. True.
Will you learn how to drive?
I'm on a new level.
Hey, license and registration, please. What's with the outfit, officer?
Casual Fridays, bro.
Then Instagram,
I mean, yeah. That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. Yeah, that's cop humor, okay? Listen. Stick to the police brutality, my guy. It suits you better, okay? Humour isn't your strong point, all right? At least you're good at brutalising civilians, I guess. I don't know.
I started posting there, and they upped theirs from, I think, 10 seconds to 15 seconds. So, like, I upgraded with ease.
How's it going today, sir?
Is there a problem, officer?
Ooh, Klondike bar.
I know you want it.
They are delicious. What would you do for it?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Well, then the whole world opened up to me of Facebook and YouTube. As those grew, I decided that the type of content that I wanted to make wasn't just sketch, like comedy type videos, and wasn't obviously longer form videos all the time, but I wanted to have a nice mix of content that has now grown from these shorter videos into, minute-long rant videos on Instagram sometimes, to podcasting.
This is the police version of comedy. And if you listen, this is how it works. The police version of comedy is they do a shitty joke, and if you don't laugh, they cave your head in with a truncheon. That's how it works, okay?
Off-the-cuff podcast with myself and my buddy Dave, and we're doing all kinds of content where law enforcement intersects with culture. That's sort of like where I want to be.
Basically, it's
like
intersectionality.
The battle for the perception over law enforcement is something that's worth fighting for in social media and mainstream media, and that's what I'm all about. I just want to show a human side to law enforcement with humor, sarcasm, and hopefully also some education and encouragement along the way. If you've been supporting me for a while, I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you. You have helped me get to this point, and you are helping me continue to grow the quality and quantity of the content that I'm producing. And if you are just now discovering me, hold on to your pants? I don't know.
Regardless of how much you try and humanise the police officers, right, they still have got the systemic power, right? A police officer can legally murder you. A police officer can arrest you and send you off to fucking prison, okay, and take away your fucking freedom. Like, it doesn't fucking matter about humanising. Like, I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck about how human a police officer is. They still have the fucking systemic power to do what they want with you, more or less, okay? The provisions that are currently in place are extremely lackluster to deal with any breaches of that sort of power, right? So I don't care how fucking human you are, my dude, okay? I really don't. Whatever. Okay, so obviously you can imagine what this is going to be.
Gavin.
All the usual shit. What's this shit? Anti-Biden. I don't know. People in chat probably like that. I think he is like a right-winger as well, based on what I'm seeing here. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, listen. I'm just going back a little bit. Yeah. Obviously, Blue Line Matter stuff. Okay, listen. I watched 30 seconds of this video. Okay. I watched 30 seconds of this video, and that's when I realised I had to cover this guy, okay? Let me play you this video, and we'll get into this. We'll talk about it.
But courageous. When a fellow officer is murdered unjustly, but courageous men and women holding the
I
line.
absolutely love this. Like, just protest with like a long convoy of cop cars peacefully. Fivehead, like, I mean, he does realise like this the way of protesting is like unique to the police. Like, non-police people can't do this. Does he understand that? I mean, it just seems just surreal to me that he would have so little self-awareness to think like, maybe I should consider the fact that like this form of protest is incredibly niche and incredibly specific to the police, right? Like, I don't know. It's...
between
God, Alexis, yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. You're right. This is a show of force. All these police cars. You're 100% right. That's exactly what this is. This is saying, hey, you fucking killed one of ours. You fuck with us. Look at what you're gonna get.
are willing to go.
Look at the bootlicking here. This is the effect of Copaganda that it has on us. Like, these people probably didn't even know this copper that died. I mean, why? I don't know. They're so... Oh my god. True! Holy shit, I didn't even think of that. It is painfully white, yeah.
Thing in our communities.
It's all white. It is all white people.
Not by mindless
hang
media
on.
manipulation.
Oh no, that's look. I think that's yeah. Hey, listen, we're going out to the fucking the cop that got killed. We want to show our support. Oh, it's a bit white. Oh, don't worry. You know, we've got get Frank down here. Get Frank down here. You think it's the guy with the beard? Oh, it is. Is it? Computer enhance. Computer enhance on this person. Is it? I don't know.
But meaningful interactions with those they will never give a voice to. Not by separating people with broad strokes, but standing shoulder to shoulder together in our diversity. This is how we riot. And one of us pays the ultimate price for strangers with our lives. And we absolutely despise and condemn that injustice when we see it from our own ranks.
Really? I guess the blue wall of silence isn't a thing then. No?
But just know, we will still show up when you call. We will still show up when the media isn't there. We will still...
Oh my god, thin blue line for... Oh, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Thin blue line. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Strive to safeguard lives.
Hey, listen. If you're a police officer and you're worried about the thought that you might die, I've got a little tip for you. Take off your uniform turn in your badge and quit. Okay? Don't come crying to me about the fact your job's fucking dangerous. Like, come on. That fucking thin blue line. Get out of here with that shit.
Lives and property. We will still protect the weak against oppression and
We will
intimidation.
protect the weak against their own dogs and our wives by beating the shit out of them.
We
Nonsense, Jesus. Look, I don't know. Like, I know people are mean. I don't take any joy in people dying. Okay, like that's just the way I'm fucking wired. Okay, like I don't look at that and I'm not gonna fucking talk about this person. Like whatever. Like it's part of the job. The risk of the job is you might die. Okay, but I'm not gonna shit on this person. Okay, but it's like all of this fucking video. Yeah, exactly. That's what I had as well about it. Like, a police officer signs up knowing the risks that they might die. Like, that's how it is. A civilian who gets brutalised by the police. Like, they didn't fucking sign up for that. Do you know what I mean? It's just such a privileged thing. Like, non-police people can't do what you've just done there. Yeah. Covering your officer number, yeah. I don't know, like I take no joy in people like dying, like, and I don't know. I just find it really weird that like yeah, I get it. Your friend died and you're sad. I get that, but like it's part and parcel of the job, Just if you're worried about it, don't be a fucking cop. What's this shit? Tales of Ella.
Well, apparently, the only way to go live on my phone. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and set this. Don't mind me, guys, while I put this in the tripod. All right, here we go.
Yeah, post links. That's fine.
Good. Sorry. Trying to get this all situated.
I wonder if YouTube had been around at the time of the World War II. Whether there'd have been videos about humanising the Auschwitz guards. I wonder. Humanising the Auschwitz, guards. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm not saying that police officers are exactly the same as Auschwitz guards, but it's like, I don't know. I really reject this whole humanization thing. Like, I don't care about that. You've got the power here, my dude. Like, that's what matters, I
didn't think I would have to turn it landscape mode to be live. Okay, much better here. Hey, all right, comments are coming in. What's up, guys? I'm not going to be here very long.
6-minute stream.
I will say a huge quick thank you to anybody.
I won't be here long. I've got some civilians to go and brutalise, okay?
Who sees this video, who has supported me. Anybody at all you've watched my videos, you've subscribed, you've shared them, you have gotten merch, you've supported my sponsors, any of that, from me to you, thank you very much. I am so far from a perfect person. I am so far from someone who has it all figured out. I don't have a grand plan or strategy behind my content. I'm mostly a professional idiot.
I don't have yeah, you fucking do. What a fucking liar. Of course he fucking does. He wants to humanise police officers. He fucking said it himself. That's the grand plan. That's the grand fucking plan here. What a fucking liar. Obviously, he's trying to play into like the classic origins of the police, I guess. I don't know.
And you have helped me stay on YouTube and all that stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So there's that. All right. I need your guys' help with a podcast that I'm doing. And let me explain what I need, okay? The podcast is called Tales of Valor, okay? Tales of Valor. It's a podcast that I do with my buddy Dave, and each week we release a new episode every Friday, and I research a story to tell Dave one week, and then vice versa the next one, okay? And these stories, we started the idea of like going through Medal of Honor recipients because there's like 3,000 of them, so we always have these stories to look into to tell. But we quickly went out from there. We're telling stories of civilians or police officers or, you know, kids, adults, different people who have a story to tell of valor. Tales of Valor is the name of the podcast. Now, we have been doing this for quite a number of months. We're still a pretty young podcast, but we got some momentum. We started doing a half history on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays is more like a micro podcast. It's about 15 minutes, and it's just one of us. And then Fridays is the full hour-long episode. Now, what I'm asking you to do is, we've got this momentum going right now. We finally hit this morning 125, number 125 on the history genre of Apple Podcasts. The reality is that
I wanted to hear more about the Tales of Valor.
Apple or Apple Podcasts, doesn't really matter. That's where 60-some% of our listeners listen to the podcast. It just is what it is. So that's a super important metric for us, and something we're
I would never be a cop. First shot against my face with his socialist racist agenda is going down. What the fuck are you talking about? I think, hey, bet you will. I think you've got a problem. I think your brains have been surgically replaced with dog shit. So might want to check that out. Might want to look into that one. That was some boring ass shit. What's this one? This is like an hour long.
I wish. I actually have been having a hard time sleeping at night with this whole George Floyd situation, man. I like it's really weighing on me, and I'll tell you how I feel, and this is like I guess this is in the interest of full disclosure of where I'm at, because I think people deceive themselves when if they think that where they're at in their own personal life or where they see things, where they sit, doesn't sort of like color the lens, you know, through which they see the world. And for me, and I want you to introduce yourself to the audience here in a second, because some people may not know who you are, obviously, that follow me, or vice versa, and I want to make sure everybody knows who you are too. But for me, it's when the Darren Wilson, Michael Brown shooting happened. That was like a real watershed moment for me. That was like a big catalyst for why I started doing this, right? Humanizing the badge. Like that was like, to me, a huge thing, because I saw how cops were being unfairly characterized or mischaracterized in the media.
Oh, the poor cop. Won't somebody think of the cops? Fuck off. Jesus Christ. This is what I'm saying. This guy's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck this dude, seriously. Holy shit.
And I thought, man, I think we need to fight that battle. And, you know, years and years and years of sort of like grinding at that and doing that. And my feeling, and I'm not a quitter, but my feeling is just like, what am I doing anymore? You know, like, I feel like this situation took us from any progress we got back to like square -1. And like, I'm just like, dude.
Yeah, funny. The actions of the police, the real life, non-sanitized actions of what the police do, okay? Fuck up your little humanize the bad shit. Funny that, isn't it? I was producing all this propaganda and making people think the cops were actually human. But then the cops, you know, did what they do. And now all of a sudden people don't think that anymore. Fucking hell. This guy, honestly, I fucking hate this fucking weaselly piece of shit. Oh my God.
And I haven't found all of the right words to say as a result of that. And it's had a personal impact on me. And I know another sort of like thing that is really frustrating me is, as someone who is on social media in a very public way, it's like people demanding that I say something. They demand that I say something. They demand what I say, and they demand when I say it. You know, like,
Yeah.
And I'm just a little overwhelmed because typically.
Listen, do you think George Floyd is the person that really suffered here? Or any of these other people that have been the victim of... No. Hey, listen, no. Did you not think about Mike the cop getting hassled on social media? Listen, you were watching George Floyd get his life snuffed out in front of him as that disgusting pig crushed the life out of his throat. No, you got it wrong. You forget about that. This fella, his nerve... You should have seen this guy's fucking notifications on Twitter. Holy shit. This is the real problem in all this, okay?
Like you, when you do like, you know, your Tillman takes and all this stuff, like, you don't want to speak. You want your words to matter. You want it to be well reasoned. You want to recognize that, hey, I know I'm a cop. I'm white. I live in Metro Detroit. I don't live in, you know, in this case, Minneapolis. There's all sorts of like contextual things that happen that can color my perception. And when it comes to like breaking police stuff down, I have to like work backwards through those layers in my life to make sure that the words that I'm saying, I feel are fair and accurate, honest, you know, and point us to the truth. You know, a lot of people think that my fidelity is to the thin blue line. You know, like, it's always about that. Or some people think that I should spend all of my time, if I was really a good cop or if I was really about humanizing the badge, my whole account would only be about exposing what I perceive or what people perceive to be bad cops. And it's just not easy, man. And I to be quite honest, this situation brings it to a head for me in a way that, man, I'm just freaking tired, dude. I'm tired, and this is not helping. And I don't bring this up to take away from...
Yeah, you're tired. George Floyd is fucking dead. George Floyd is fucking dead. What the fuck? This is disgusting. Listen. I'm not saying that, like, of course, it's not possible for every single thing to be focused on a particular thing, you know? But for some fucking pig to come out and say this shit in reference to, like, someone getting murdered by the police, this is all kinds of fucked up. Holy shit. Unbelievable.
The tragedy of what we're talking about today. I'm not trying to make it about me. I just want whoever watches this to understand.
Sure.
That for me, it's not as simple as just saying like, oh, I watched a video and let's this is what I think and let's move on. You know, I really wanted to like sit on this one before I come out and say, and there was already so much noise going on that it was hard for me to feel like I could even say anything that cut through it. And that's why like my only statement was, I'm just sad at no matter what I say, it's just going to be used as a weapon in someone's social media cannon to fire it across. And it's like the minds are already made up. So that's why I invited you into this conversation, because I think that's in part a much better response.
Fuck me, this guy.
Than a paragraph or even an individual video that I could make. And you put out a great video about the law enforcement code of ethics and how that relates. You did that video with Henner and having a conversation about it. And that's where I was like, man, having good conversations right now are really important. And even my personal Facebook and stuff like that, I've invited some people to have conversations, you know, rather than just make these definitive statements. So anyway, Ryan, welcome to hang to the
It's just 5 minutes of sucking his own dick.
the Zoom call. Tell people who you are, what you're all about, and then I guess you can respond to what my initial feelings are.
Well, first and foremost, Mike, thanks for having me, man. My name is Ryan Tillman. I'm a Southern California police officer, and I'm also the founder of Breaking Barriers
Another
United,
fucking pig. Wonderful.
which is a company that's designed to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. I started that company almost 5 years ago, and the sole purpose was to bridge that gap. And that's only because when I became a police officer, I saw like life completely differently. So a little bit of backstory about me is I never really liked police officers growing up. I had some bad run-ins with a few of them. I would always say, you know, police officers are those guys that that got picked on in high school, so they became police officers. So
Okay, listen, I'm done with this. I can't watch anymore.
Well, anyways, I'm ready for the show today. If you're ready for the show, and I'm serious from the bottom of my heart, thank you for showing up today. I was very nervous that you guys
I'm done
would
with
not
that.
be able to
Sorry, it's
find-
not clear. Like I can't even consider the opinions of that fucking piggy anymore. Fuck me. Ugh. Making it about him, and then he says it's not about me. You just spent 5 minutes monologuing about how hard it is to be on social media when a black person is murdered by the police. Fuck off.
the channel.